Hey guys, David here. Welcome to Digital Outlook, where you're going to find the best community in all of crypto. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the implications of the early filing of the summary judgment briefs from the SEC and Ripple. So guys, without further ado, why don't we get to it? Now, I'm sure that most of you know that Ripple and the SEC have filed their summary judgment briefs yesterday that were actually due to be filed on November 30th with respect to this case. Now, they were going to be meeting on December 2nd to discuss all the redactions before the release date of December 5th. And this is where a lot of speculation has come into play as to whether December 5th and now December 2nd could be a big pressure date for settlement. Well, as it turns out, Fred Rispoli, he was actually looking at it from the perspective that, hey, look, they may not yet have to do that. Why? Because there could be so many redactions in this thing that when you get this, it's going to look like nothing but blacked out paperwork. And if that's the case, then they're saying, hey, they've got until potentially January the 22nd to get all of this stuff worked out before the court orders the release of all of these emails and all of this information. Now, for most of us, we are deeply believing that we are never going to see those emails. They're not going to see the light of day. Now, a lot of people hold that view because of the nature of the information that is in there and how sensitive that may be to the SEC, especially when you're talking about how it may relate to any future applications that they may be able to bring against other blockchain organizations. And so this is where this big idea of settlement within the next 10 days, and now even less than that, is coming from. I mean, it's not coming from thin air. And furthermore, guys, I want to point something out. Look, I've had people come on here and criticize me as a date setter, but the reality is I'm coming on here and I'm communicating what other people have actually predicted in these various articles, and I'm just letting you know about it. Now, if that happens, you can be rest assured that you are going to see some major flurry of activity in this space because, guys, we have been waiting this entire time for a major settlement in this case coming to a close end. And it has been on the minds of majority of people in this entire digital asset space. And why is that? Because, guys, if Ripple wins this case, it is not just a win for Ripple. It's not just a win for XRP. This is a win for every digital asset in this entire space because of this primary reason. If Ripple gets the clarity that it's looking for, now we have a framework to work with in this digital asset space. It will be the new Howie Test, and it is going to have huge implications for the future, especially how digital assets and the way in which they're launched are viewed, whether they're to be securities or if they're going to be commodities or something like that. And this is big because, as we know, right now, if XRP was to get designated as a security, then you have literally got all of these agencies around the globe that are using it that are going to have to apply different rules to the way in which it is governed. I mean, come on. You've got all these other countries that are designating XRP as either a money instrument or a commodity, and nowhere near what a security would be, like an equity or a stock. And we didn't get the right to vote when we bought XRP in the aftermarket sales. We don't get the right to vote on Ripple's board or be involved in any kind of decisions that require prospectus, or if we're not available to do it, have a proxy voter in our place. No, nothing like that. So as far as we can tell, and the way it looks right now, XRP is nowhere near classified as a security. And I think that the United States has really just kind of shot themselves in the foot when it's come to this entire digital asset space, just virtue of their attitude towards this. In fact, it looks like they're just doing everything they can to use all of their authority and all of that kind of stuff to just do enforcement type of legislation, which isn't legislation because of laws, because realistically, there are no laws. What's happening here is the application of something that happened way back in the 1940s, trying to apply it in the 21st century. Truly, guys, it is absolutely insane. But needless to say, we are coming to a very, very quick end. And I believe that what we're going to see over the next few days, and possibly maybe just a little bit longer, is we're going to see some major movement in the settlement of this case that is going to cause this asset to totally explode. Now, having said that, I just want you to imagine what it must be like to be actually shut out of the world's greatest economy and marketplace, and yet be forced to compete on a global scale. Because that's what you're talking about when you're dealing with XRP. I mean, XRP was literally shut out of the North American marketplace. You had almost every exchange save Uphold in the United States delisted. You had exchanges in Canada delisted. And the pressure on it was something else. And look, you saw XRP still in that environment make a move from 17 cents in December of 2020 to $1.97, somewhere in that neighborhood, in about April, May of 2021. And just think, if they did not have the pressure of this SEC lawsuit and being shut out of the market and all the other exchanges, what would have potentially happened? Now, with the lid blown off of that and having the ability to be back in place in the market, it is going to be something else. I mean, you're talking about a spring that has been so compressed that once it eventually flies off, it is going to be something else. Now, look, I could understand if we were talking about an asset that had no fundamental use case whatsoever, and they were just shut out, but they were like a meme coin or something that was just 100% sentiment based, then I could get it that we may not see a big price appreciation. But you're not talking about that. You're talking about one of the global movers in this entire digital asset space, working with nations around the world to develop their central bank digital currencies, building the very infrastructure of the new digital economy, and utilizing their native asset, XRP, to be the bridge asset between these central bank digital currencies. And on top of that, you wouldn't believe some of the other use cases we're seeing coming out with Ripple with respect to healthcare, digital identities. You got the NFT space in there, and you're seeing such massive, massive growth in this ecosystem. It is truly something else. And I'm telling you, it is my personal belief that when we see settlement in this case, you're going to watch something that you will never see probably again in your lifetime in terms of the explosion of an asset. Now, a lot of folks will come out and say, oh, that's just impossible. It's not going to happen. Well, I want to give you an example of something. Internet computer comes on the scene. And what did they start out at? What, about $2? And it was not much more than 6 months later, they were trading at $600. I mean, that is mind-blowing in and of itself. And here you've got a global corporation utilizing an asset like XRP in such a massive way with on-demand liquidity. You got banks that are literally waiting in line for this case to be settled around the globe, and central banks at that are going to use it. And you're telling me you're probably not going to see any price appreciation whatsoever and poo-pooing XRP? I'm telling you, those guys that come out and do that, they have to be either absolutely blind or completely spiteful and disingenuous, in my view, because you cannot find very many assets that have the fundamental strength that what XRP does with its relationship with Ripple and how it is being used around the globe. It is truly mesmerizing. And you take a look at the board of Ripple, you take a look at the use case for XRP, and for me, guys, it's almost a no-brainer. Now, that's how I think about it. You might think about it in a completely different way, and hey, that's okay. But I'm here for generational wealth and life-changing gains. And so when I look at Ripple, that's what I see. I look at the future. I'm seeing, literally, we're watching the future being printed right before our very eyes. So guys, this is the video I have for you today. And again, I truly hope that you enjoyed it. Now, if there's something that you want to add to the conversation, well, you drop it right down there in those comments and open it up to the community and start a discussion. So guys, before you go, I just want to remind the community that we recently launched a Discord over a couple weeks ago, and the link to join is right down there in the description. It costs you absolutely nothing, and it is a great place to get out there, meet with other like-minded folks, talk about all your thoughts, ideas, suggestions, opinions on this entire digital asset space. I'm going to be in there, and I'm going to be looking forward to meeting you there as well. Now, something else is we just recently also opened up a digital outlet store, and I have gotten all kinds of requests about where did you buy your XRP hat? Well, we've got some XRP hats in that little store, along with coffee cups and things like that that you might enjoy. So you might want to check that out. Link down there in the description. Well, guys, as you know, I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice, but if you found value in it, if you'd hit that like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And hey, don't forget to hit that notification bell down there so that you don't miss out on any of the videos that we're uploading. And if you're one of the thousands of people who have been watching these videos, but you haven't yet subscribed, would you do the channel a favor and join this community? We would really love to have you on board. So in the meantime, and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, and I'll catch you in the next one.